Was it on? Were you recording your?
No.
Oh my God.
On your whiteboard, here we go. On your whiteboard, please tell me what country is Martin Luther from? Let's go. Transition quickly. Everyone should have their notebook out. Everyone should be transitioning. Good. Lily. On your whiteboard, please tell me what is his complaints called? Danton.
95 Theses.
On your whiteboard, please tell me what piece of technology is going to allow Martin Luther's words to spread ferociously throughout Europe. What is it? Jackson. Printing press. On your whiteboard, please tell me what is the meeting of Catholics, to reform the Catholic Church? It's also known as the meeting of Counter-Reformation. What do we call that meeting of Catholics? Good. What do we got? Georgia. Council of Trent. What is the society created at the Council of Trent? They are secular in education, but they are just die-hard Catholics, and they set up schools everywhere in order to get converts. You better get going here, sweetie. If you think I'm playing games today, you are absolutely out of your mind. Is that clear? Cool. Kiara. Jesuits. What is the other name for Jesuits? What is the official name, Trey? Society of Jesus. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is the name of the first monarch to embrace Protestantism? What is the name of the first monarch to embrace Protestantism? No. Good. Who is it, MP? Oh, no. No. Who is it? Natalie. Henry VIII. Sorry, I was There's a lot of Henrys, so you've got to make sure you get the right one. Henry VIII. Henry VIII adopts Protestantism for A, political, or B, religious. On your board, A or B? Political or religious? There we go. Will? Political. On your whiteboard, please tell me what is the name of... please tell me what is Volta del Mar focus on? What is the Volta del Mar? What did they do? We did a map on it. Your first map was that. First map we did this week, my darling. I only teach in weeks. There's a front one and a back one. What is it? Benji. Wind patterns. How about we take a second and write that down? Volta del Mar. Our wind patterns. Volta del Mar. Our wind patterns, ladies and gentlemen. Who can raise their hand and tell me why knowing wind patterns is an important thing? Hello. Will.
So you can get to your destination safely. And it makes you go faster too.
Makes you go faster, makes more effective movement along the seas. I like that you put in the safety thing. That's nice. Volta del Mar, huh?
How do you spell that? Yeah, who found the wings?
Who found them?
Yeah.
No one found wind
But
patterns.
who gets the discovery? Who gets the credit?
Volta del Mar, wind patterns.
Did they give that to the Portuguese because they were sailors?
Everyone's kind of collecting it on their own. On your whiteboard, please tell me what is... Oh, please tell me when we, the connection of goods from the New World to the Old World is called what? The connection, the movement of goods from the New World to Old World is called what? I got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is it? Garrett? Columbian Exchange. On your whiteboard, please tell me what is one new item found in the Old World? What is one new item to the Old World? Good. A lot of these are going to be on your Thanksgiving table, maybe. No.
Oh.
Give me one. Give me one. MP. The potatoes. Give me another one. Timmy. Corn. Okay, sweet potatoes would be another one. Cows are not in the New World. They're only in the Old World. What is in the good that is new to the New World? So goods from the old world to the new world. Okay, good. Georgia. Horses, pigs we got out there. Smallpox, diseases, absolutely. Sugar technically goes from Azores to the New World, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? On your whiteboard, please tell me what is the name of the Protestant who's going to have the most impact in France? The Protestant who's going to have the most impact in France. Good, I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Benji. John Calvin. On your whiteboard, please tell me what is... Did we get to the 30 Years' War?
Yes.
Perfect. What I would like you to do, I want you to take, I'm going to give you 3 minutes, and you are going to write down what I have on your board. It will be very, very helpful. So write down what I have on your board. Do you want me to just read it to you? Oh my God, that's so annoying. Are you saying my handwriting's crap?
I can't see.
No.
Okay.
No, you're writing it in your notebook.
Okay, so in your notebook, you need to write important books. The first book is On the Revolution of Heavenly Spheres, and it's written by Copernicus. Copernicus believes the sun is in the center of the universe. Is he correct?
No. Yes.
Wait,
The sun is the center of the universe.
Not the galaxy.
Do you mean the galaxy?
The galaxy.
Oh, whatever.
Just keep words. Wait, who writes it?
Oh my God, whatever. You people know what I meant. Center of our solar system. All right, fine. Didn't they think it was the universe, though?
Yeah, so technically it could be wrong.
Oh my God, people.
Or no?
Was he right? Wait, what did it say on the revenue?
So, On the Revolutions of Heavenly Spheres is written by Copernicus, and he believes the sun is the center of the universe. He does believe it's the center of the universe. Then you have the Institutes of Christian Religion, which is written by John Calvin. He's French, and he creates Calvinism, which is what France follows today.
Why didn't he stay with Protestant?
Huh?
Why would he
It's
like
a
make
part of Protestant.
Because
Yeah,
it's just,
but, like,
everyone
why-
kind of does it. There's Lutheranism.
way?
You can go to a Lutheran church. Guess what Lutheran churches are named after? Look at that. So they go super hardcore to what he believes. Protestantism is the theory of what he believes. Calvinism is an interpretation of what Luther wanted. And all of them are different. So if you thought Catholics were difficult, all you damn Protestants and all of your different little breakdowns of Protestantism is also very complicated. Anyway, then you have major people. You have Henry VIII. I'm Henry VIII. I am. And he converts England to Protestantism, and he does it politically. Martin Luther hates indulgences, and there's a little line that goes to indulgences. The indulgences are for St. Peter's Basilica, which is pretty boss. And if you've ever seen it, because I have. Sorry, there's not many places I have seen that I teach, so I'm pretty excited about it. Here, I can show you a picture of it. It's one of my favorite pictures from our Europe trip. So my Nana, who died about 10 years ago, her goal in life was to go to St. Peter's Basilica. She never went. And so my dad asked me to say a prayer for my Nana and do the little ritual for her. So I did it. And I texted my dad, and then I told my dad all about it, where I stood and where I said my prayer for my Nana. And my dad, I think that was like the 5th time I've ever seen him cry. It was so cute. It was so cute. What?
I was laughing at that
It is cute. She never made it, man. Are you that heartless?
one.
My Nana was like a diehard Catholic.
Yeah, you're right.
She did her rosaries 4 times a day.
Oh my
Jeez.
God.
Yes. Exactly. You know rosary. Rosary beads take you about 25 minutes to do. And you just go and you just say the same damn thing. I mean, you say a wonderful prayer 25 times in a row. For every bead, you say a prayer. The bigger beads, it's Our Father. The smaller beads are Hail Marys. Right? It's intense. Oh, so then you have Elizabeth I defends England from Spanish Armada. Then you have Cardinal Richelieu, who creates absolutism in France. He's the architect of absolutism. It's pretty damn effective. If I was going to be king of a country, I would want to be an absolute ruler. I think I'd be really great at it. If I wasn't going to be a king, and I was just going to be a political leader, not a king, which is hierarchy and errors and all that crap, I am going to be a fascist leader. I really think the parades would really do me well, and I like the uniforms, and I like, it's very, like, propaganda-y, and I think I could do a really good job. So if anyone asks you what type of leader would Miss Bennett be if she took over her own country, it'd be fascist. I'm just saying, if it's a point of conversation,
Popular.
fascism is really the thing for me.
Yeah, but we just talked about how much she loves.
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly. I can do whatever the hell I want. And I can set the example. It's like it's perfect for me, don't you think? It's perfect. No cheaters. I behead them. Then I start this whole state propaganda piece about how you should behead people who lie and stuff like that. Like, oh my God.
Why isn't Ferdinand and Isabel up there? Aren't they really great?
They are really great. They're over there on Reconquista, though.
Wait, what does it say after English?
English Protestants.
English Civil War?
Wait, that's what does that say? Because of English.
Wait, where is this?
After Charles V at the very end.
English invasions.
Sorry, I was pulling up my St. Peter's Basilica book.
Invasions. It's invasions.
Who has never seen St. Peter's Basilica?
It's
I don't know if I can do that. Here's St. Peter's Basilica. Let me see if I have a better picture of it. Like, look how small the people are and look how big the church is. It's all gold and it's all marble.
Why don't people just steal it?
It is really pretty. Do you care?
I've seen it, but it's
Oh, you've seen it. It's so cool.
dead.
I had to be 30.
No, I haven't actually been there.
Look how small the people are. How are you people not impressed? It's crazy. Here's me mad. Cutie pie. It's cute. Look how small the people are and look how big. What's inside? Does that say Waxes? Laissez-faire. That's crazy.
No, the one that says Charlie.
Look how small the people and look how big everything else is.
It says loses.
What is it? Let's see after this.
Which one?
It says loses and
Loses and vacates. Vacates, you give up your throne. Yeah, it's huge. Look how small the people are in regard. And that's just like one shot. And there's offshoots of the church. What do you call the offshoots of church?
The
You know how
what?
like they have like little alcoves?
Oh.
No, it can be a chapel inside the church.
Separate jobs.
Capitalism, laissez-faire.
Individual families sponsor their own chapels in the churches.
It's huge. Charles I loses. What? Charles V fails to unify the Holy Roman Empire because of English invasion. This is me, cutie pie. Action shots.
Oh yeah, I saw them at
Oh yeah, that's right.
Wait, where? Where?
Oh my God.
Wait, does that say
Is it where she works?
Shot.
Does that say vacates the throne THRON?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just look up her name.
That's the holies of holies.
Don't say
What are you saying?
Sneak this.
Nothing.
What is it after Cardinal?
Cardinal Richelieu, what's his name? I didn't go to catacombs, so I'm kind of grateful. We had a boss day running around.
That'd be cool.
Wait, where are you from?
Where is that?
Amsterdam, Brussels, Paris. Are you coming?
Can you
Are you coming? Are you coming?
What?
My sister's obviously not.
She might go to
Absolute monarchy. Lewis. X1B dash Sun King dash France.
Wait,
Alright, are we done?
No,
No.
William and May what?
William and Mary.
What? What's
you
that?
read it?
So William and Mary take throne and create one.
Does
Where
that
does
say
it say on the
cardinal
fake
riches?
I thought it said Taylor.
Wait,
Yeah,
that's what I read
What's the
too.
after vacates the throne, like,
Sure.
go under
What is that?
every-
Very bottom.
We're gonna
Under
start
absolute
it.
monarch goes to bottom.
What? It's like.
Which one? Peter the First?
I can't hear what you're asking.
Absolute
Rebecca.
monarch at the very bottom. What is
Sun King.
Oh.
Louis the 14th, Sun King, France,
Richard.
Cardinal
Wait,
Richard.
can you read from
Oh my God, I'm gonna teach it and we'll get it there. Here we go. All right, here we go. I'll point it out when we get there on the notes. So the 30 Years' War is where we left off, correct?
Yes.
Perfect. So the 30 Years' War is a big deal because it's Catholics versus Protestants. The only thing you really need to know is Catholics versus Protestants. Okay, it's gonna go for 30 years and it's fought in Germany essentially. At the end of the war, the 30 Years' War, we have a state sovereignty issue. Okay. After the war, everyone decides that if you are a sovereign nation, you can no longer invade, which is why no one has invaded North Korea, even though North Korea has been advancing its nuclear program for the last 20 years, correct? We knew that they were trying, and a lot of people are like, well, why didn't we just invade years ago? Because you can't invade another sovereign nation. Another example of state sovereignty the United States doesn't get involved in case you haven't heard, India is literally, the Buddhists are killing the Muslims. Is that a problem that the American government does not agree with? Should you be killing people because of religious preference? No. However, have we gone in and invaded India to get them to stop killing the priests, the Muslims? No, we haven't. Why? Because India has the right to kind of do whatever it wants in its borders, and that is the state sovereignty. Now, after World War II, we create a body, a government body to help regulate this so we can have a little bit more influence on things we don't like. And what is that body? The UN. And the UN is the one who puts sanctions and all that stuff. So instead of invading country, use the UN. And that's about protecting state sovereignty, which is why people are in it. All right, so new monarchs. The big ones you need to know. So constitutional states. Here we go. So there's new constitutional states. They're England and the Netherlands. Who can raise your hand and tell me what's a constitutional state? Abby.
A country with like an actual like written down constitution.
Okay, but what does the Constitution give you?
Like law, but not just laws, like you have to abide by it.
Sounds like a king's orders. I have to abide by that. Jackson.
Like an agreement.
Sort of, but remember, England gets that with the Magna Carta in 1215. Timmy.
Isn't it like defined what the government does?
That sounds like Magna Carta 1215. Guys, we have a constitutional government. What makes us special, Catherine?
Like limits the power of the government.
No, that's Magna Carta. What do you got?
We have a constitution. We have rights. Protections.
Guys, if it's called a constitutional government, they obviously have a constitution. Yeah? What makes the United States different from countries like Afghanistan, Iraq, other countries? Trey?
We don't base our laws directly on the
No! Hi! Guys, one of them is in trouble for wanting to date 16-year-olds when he's 30.
Laws.
No laws can date a 16-year-old when they're 30. Senator! A senator! Okay. What is a senator? A representative of who?
People.
The people. A constitutional government is when the people are represented in government. Is this a big deal?
Yeah.
Yes, and England and the Netherlands are the first ones to do it. That's a very big deal. America is not the first one to do it. We're the first one to do it with no king, but with a president that's been elected. So that's what makes us special. So, England. You have an English Civil War. Okay? You have Charles I comes into power. He's going to lose literally everything, including his head. And a guy named Cromwell is going to come into power. That's not going to go well. He also loses his head, which we still have.
We have his head.
Yeah, well, not we, because it's, an English head. So the English government still has it. Yeah, you can, you Google it in one of my world history PowerPoint. I have a picture of his head. There's no freezers back in 1611, but
So it's just rotten?
no, they took his face, the flesh, and they dried his flesh. And then they created like a wooden face kind of underneath, and they just slid the mask over.
Wait, can you tell what he looked like?
Yeah!
Paid to do that.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, you can Google it.
That's
Camden's doing it right now. Anyway, so Cromwell fails. Eventually, the English people are like, ah, crap, we need a king, we need a king, we need a king. And they're like, ah, where's the king? We killed the last one, where's the king? Eventually, they find a couple called William and Mary who are really great. And William and Mary, the people of England are like, hey, William and Mary, do you want to be king and queen? And they're like, yeah, that'd be pretty boss. Yeah, I'm down with that. And England's like, okay, you can be king and queen of England, except you have to give us parliament. You got to let us have a representative body, and we get to be in charge of taxes. Are you okay with that? And they're like, yeah, I'm okay with that. So it's called the Glorious Revolution. When William and Mary ascend the throne, at the same time they ascend the throne, they create the body of power called Parliament, and then dun-dun-dun, it's over. And here's England, and they're still running the same system. Here's an Earl of Sandwich. I mean, I don't know which one you think's better or worse. All right. So you also have absolute monarchies. Absolute monarchies. Is that going to happen in England? No. Why not, Garrett? They have a constitutional monarchy. So the two countries that are going to have absolute monarchies is France and Russia. France and Russia are your two big ones. In France, you're going to have Louis XVI, who's known as the Sun King. Do you teach Versailles?
Yep.
Yeah, you're going to study it under him. In my honors class, I teach it.
We're gonna see that in summer.
Oh, yeah, we are. By the way, MP, we're going to see Versailles. It's going to be boss. What?
Is
In
it?
Georgia.
Is it?
I'm trying to get her to go.
Is it Louis the 14th
so excited. I'm
or
sorry.
the 13th?
14th is the one who's going to start. Louis the 16th is going to be... No, it's the 14th. 16th gets his head cut off.
Wait, his real name is King.
We're gonna ride a golf cart and ride around the gardens in a golf cart.
That's pretty cool.
I did that. That's fun. They have muskrats.
Huh?
They have muskrats. They're really cute.
We have to get something done today. You have a test tomorrow, even though that is very kind. So Louis the 14th is going to be the guy leading, Sun King, all that stuff. Cardinal Richelieu is the architect. He's the guy who creates this whole absolutism. King Louis the 14th and Richelieu, they force all of their lords, nobles, counts, and all that crap to live in Versailles, which is why Versailles is humongous and has tons of room. Why would Louis the 14th, 15th, and 16th all want all their lords, knights, nobles, counts to live in their house and eat off his table and sleep in his bed? Why, Henry?
So they feel connected to him?
I feel connected to him. Okay, Abby?
Because it gives him like the power because he has like he's like close to them.
It gives him power, but how, Timmy?
Maybe watches them.
Throughout all of the private suites in Versailles, there's a spy hole where people could walk through the halls of Versailles and hidden hallways and listen in and spy on anyone they needed to. Think about it. If I knew a noble was sleeping with another noble's wife, can I use that in political manipulation? Guess what they were all doing all the time? Sleeping with each other's wives and husbands and all that stuff because they're all living in these confined spaces, and all he did was get them drunk all the time. They had crazy, crazy, crazy parties. And that's how he manipulated them and kept an eye on them, and all these things are all being hidden, and there's little games and all this stuff, and he would manipulate them into doing exactly what he wants. So who did it give power to? The king, and that's the big thing. All right. So, Louis the 14th, Versailles. All right, so in Russia, you have Peter the First and Catherine the Second. Now, Peter the First is going to be your first Russian post-Mongols. There is a Netflix series called The Romanovs. Peter the First is your first Romanov, And it goes all the way until the final Romanov that's going to be executed in 1917 during the Russian Revolution. Peter I is going to modernize Russia. He's the first Russian ruler post-Mongols. He is going to move the capital of Russia to St. Petersburg, where it is today. He is going to modernize the army. He is also going to force everyone to force everyone to shave their beards. Why would he force everyone to shave their beards? Think about it. Why, Camden?
Is he gonna keep his beard? No, like there's an explanation though, like to show that he's better. Like if he keeps his beard, like he's special, and everyone else doesn't get one.
Are you that? Do you like beards that much?
What?
Do you like beards?
No, but like it's like a sign of like power.
Is it?
I don't know.
My husband can't really grow a beard. You telling my husband's weak?
Well, no, but maybe like
It's like a masculine thing.
yeah.
Guys, why is he telling them to shave their beard, Sophia?
They don't look like barbarians.
They don't look like barbarians specifically. Mongols.
Since when do Mongols have beards?
They always have beards. Genghis Khan had like a big bush.
They have that
Yeah. A really, really long one, and then like a big bush underneath it. Yeah, that's all you need to know. So he's going to do all that. He makes beards forbidden, makes the new capital St. Petersburg. We estimate about 4 million people died building St. Petersburg because it's not actually a great place to build a city, but they did it. Catherine II is going to do military expansion, and that's her big claim to fame. She's also known as military. Do you teach Catherine the Great?
No.
Catherine the Great is like a sex addict, by the way. Fun fact. All of her bedroom setup, like her bed, her makeup chair, her bathroom, all had people having sex on it. That was like her thing. And like that was like such a big thing for Russia to have this. It ends up leading to a bunch of other things, which we'll get to here later. But fun fact. So next to, you know how we talked about the 30 Years' War and we talked about state sovereignty? Where you have those state sovereignty notes, please write down the Peace of Westphalia, please. Peace of Westphalia is the actual treaty that ends the 30 Years' War that creates state sovereignty. You've obviously heard about George Clooney's wife, right? What's her name? Amal or something? Yeah, she's pretty boss. She has actually won cases using the Peace of Westphalia, which is written in 1648. That's pretty cool. Would you agree? Amal is like a boss. Her husband is kind of an idiot, but she is really cool. So, anyway.
I had a Volkswagen Australia.
Huh?
I had a Volkswagen Australia.
Wait, what is it called? What is it
Yeah.
again?
You need to know that the Peace of Westphalia gives us state sovereignty. That's all. And George Clooney's wife has used it multiple times. What?
What is it again?
Peace of Westphalia. Hi, darling. If you need to, you can put my name on it. I don't care. As long, if it benefits you, it's fine. Okay. Capitalism, you already have your Adam Smith, Wealth of Nations. Capitalism is going to be on the rise. We're really going to talk about that next week. There you go, Adam Smith. Copernicus, he believes that the sun is in the center of the universe. Okay, and that challenges the Pope's authority because the Pope believes what's in the center of the universe? Earth. By the way, the Catholic Church doesn't recognize Copernicus until 1997. We're really proud. Pope John Paul II is the one who finally says, that boy Copernicus, you know the one we put on house arrest for 20 years? That guy, he was right. How funny, right? But he was right, obviously. Scientific revolution, we're really going to get into that next week, so I wouldn't worry about it. It's not on your test. Enlightenment, we're really getting into that next week. There you go. That's it. Honestly, what I gave you is very, very kind. Huh?
Reconquista.
Reconquista, yes!
Just making sure.
Just the bee's knees. The Reconquista, the Muslims fall to the Christian Spanish forces in 1492. What other big thing happens in 1492, Jackson?
The Americans.
The Americas are discovered, 900 years of fighting ends, and it's done by Ferdinand and Isabella. What? It's just whoever. It's just depending on the writing. Yeah. All right, that's it. How much time do I have?
4 minutes.
4 minutes, perfect. To the board. On your whiteboard, Volta Del Mar deals with what? Let's try this. Good. Windy? Is that what that says?
Winds.
Oh, okay. It is what, Trey?
Winds.
Wins. On your whiteboard, please tell me who defeats the Spanish in the Spanish Armada. What country wins versus the Spanish Armada? Who is it? Oh, British. I was like, what the hell is that saying, Allie? What is it?
British.
The British. On your whiteboard, please tell me who is the person that leads the British to this massive victory that is going to change the trajectory of England. What is it? You got to have some numerals here because I got a lot of wrong answers if you're just throwing up some names here. Timmy! Queen Elizabeth I. On your whiteboard, please tell me what is... what two countries are the first to get constitutional states? Really putting in that extra effort there. Will,
England and Netherlands.
England and Netherlands. On your whiteboard, what country controls Bombay, the port of Bombay? Think about it. What country controls the port of Bombay? Huh? No, Spain is nowhere in the West Indies. No.
Don't they speak Spanish?
Bombay? India?
I don't know where
No.
that is.
Who is it, Jackson? England. England controls the port of Bombay. Sounds oddly specific. Weird, huh? Oddly specific.
Why do you spell Bombay?
B-O-M-B-A-Y.
How am I supposed to know that?
This is exactly
I
how
don't
it
know.
sounds.
It could be B-A-U-M-B-A-Y.
Yeah, but it's English. So
Sounds
it'd be like.
Or it could be like B-E-I.
Just keep going with those questions.
On your whiteboard, please tell me. I don't know, I was really kind and I'm just really sad. I'm annoyed. I'm not sad, I'm annoyed.
It's the guy.
You didn't see that.
When I walked in,
Huh?
You didn't see that mad lady.
You should have seen her when she was talking.
I mean, I thought you were gonna be mad like the whole.
Wait, did you
I
call him
know.
out in front of the whole
You
class?
should have seen that.
To a degree. They all saw what was happening, whether they were leaving.
They knew what was going on.
What are you gonna, like, how are you gonna, like, how are you gonna be mean to him?
That's not something I struggle to come up with.
But, like, what are you gonna do?
Does he get like a different
We're gonna say
test?
rules
What
like
did Miss
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be funny.
How do you make